all in a rush. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous? They act like they made us. You know I'm icy in Vegas. This for the...
Okay, Coach, so the snow and rain have stayed out of the forecast, but we're in for a cold afternoon at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is taken at his 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Lady. Watch the screen. Check it out, read.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey, watch the slant.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
We're going to start. 58. Ready. Good track, good track. 58, boy, 58, 58. Right there.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
On 1st down, Valentine. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And all the way up to the 21-yard line. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Valentine. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Denver has the 1st down. The play going for 15 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Let's get this, get this. Hey, watch it, watch it. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
At the Steelers' 26-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Squeeze, squeeze, double, double.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield now on 2nd down. That's going to be caught. That's good for 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
He's crashing. He's pistol.
Here's Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds like counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Darnold. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd down now, Valentine. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
180, 54, Mike, 54, all day, dog. Run.
They'll run on 1st down. Valentine. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. This one caught by Ridley. And down inside the 15 he goes. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14.
180. Regular. Check 26.
Mayfield on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
54's Mike. Check. 154. Check. Hey, shoot. Right there.
And again, it's Mayfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now Johnson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. Complete. It's Henry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Darnold. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running from the gun, Johnson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Here's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 37 yards.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
We're outside. Go 50. Lady.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Mike 51. Mike 51. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Hey, 80. 58, come on. 58, come on. Hey, Echo. Push him back.
After the run, now Darnold to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
Kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
On 2nd down, Valentine. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Point it right. Hey, we're 33.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd down now, Valentine. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Throwing, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
Back to throw, Darnold. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Where's 52? Watch the set.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Darnold. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking left sideline, it's complete. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ty Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. McManus's point after is good, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Mike 5-4.
Now Mayfield. Being chased out left. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are. Going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Mayfield now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. They run the counter. Valentine. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Valentine. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, Alpha. 54. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, man.
From the gun, Mayfield. That is incomplete.
Mayfield's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, exit. Come off the ball. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check. Hey! Oh, you got D? Right there, 54. I got it.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. The first down carry here for Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. Escapes the sack, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. He'll field this at the 5.
Let's go, fellas.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check. Hurry. Go. I'm going back to you. Right there.
Here's Mayfield. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Mayfield now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 31.
They'll keep it on the ground. Valentine. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On first down, Valentine. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him there. Find him.
Valentine. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And his kick is indeed good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
58 to Mike, 58. 58.
Here's Darnold. For right side here, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the...
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Darnold. Completes it to Davis. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here we go, son. Hey, lady. Coming to you, coming to you. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Let's go, Hattie.
Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ty Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, we're 33. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch with the smooth. I got you. I got you. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long time.
Mayfield down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Complete. It's Henry.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
He's back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And here we go on 4th. Darnold, quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. that'll be incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 58, boys. 58. 58, Mike. Okay, all righty. 58, right over there. Right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Nice, sweetheart. Hey, Orbit. 58.
Darnold. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Now, they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Henry. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
We're going to sign. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, ready? Hey, dude. 58.
They'll look to throw. And caught by Henry. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Ready? Ready? 52.
Darnold now to throw. Throwing the out route, and incomplete. That's Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Here we go. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
From the 50, it's Darnold. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time. Hey, box truck. Let's get off the set.
Now Darnold. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Five. Game situation. Let's go. 52's the mark, boys. 52. I smell fear now, lady. I smell fear in that offense. 52's the mic. Bring it over there.
Now it's Darnold. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Kenny Clark coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth.